A very good afternoon to all my dear students. In the paper 2 semester 5 paper 2 unit 2, next family we are going to study, and I welcome all students for the study of angiospermic family as per the Bentham and Hooker system of classification. This is Dr. Rajendra Shevde, HOD Department of Botany, Arts, Commerce and Science College, Lanza, Ratnagiri. Today we are going to study the family Rubiaceae, that is the fourth family. So, family Rubiaceae is one of the most cosmopolitan family found throughout the world, commercially grown for its economic importance, and it has a peculiar characteristics. Let's go through the systematic position of this family. As per the Bentham and Hooker system of classification, division is spermatophyta because plants bear the seeds. Subdivision is angiospermy because ovules are enclosed within the ovary. Class, of course, Dicotyledone. Seeds with two cotyledons, leaves with reticulate venation, taproot system, flowers with tetra or pentamerous symmetry. These are the reasons why the class is Dicotyledone. Subclass Gamopetalae because petals are united. Series Inferi because the ovary is syncarpous, bicarpellary but inferior. Cohort is rubiales. Plants are mostly shrubs and trees. Corolla tube is there. As the petals are united, to form a tube-like structure. But the lobes of the corolla, they are right angle to the tube. Family is Rubiaceae. So this is the systematic position of family Rubiaceae. Let's go through the general characters of the family. Habit: plants are mostly shrubs and trees. Some are herbs and hooked climbers. So mostly members of this family is found in a habit of shrubs and trees. Leaves are simple, they are opposite, but the phyllodoxy is further classified as a dicotyledonate. That means the opposite leaves at first node are exactly in opposite direction to the next node. So the type of arrangement of leaves in case of this family is dicotyledonate. Leaves are stipulate. The stipules may be interpetiolar or may be intrapetiolar, and leaves are petiolate. Inflorescence: this family shows a special type of cymose inflorescence where the flowers are arranged in diacacial type. So they are called as a diacacial cyme. Flowers, they are complete, actinomorphic, bisexual, both male and female gametophyte present in the same flower. They are pentamerous or tetramerous. Most of the family members shows tetramerous symmetry. Flowers are epigynous because ovary is inferior. Some flowers show semi-epigynous. Bracts are present, so flowers are bracteate. Going through the members of the flower, calyx member is sepal. Number 4, as they are united, called as gambosepalous. They are teethed and red color. Of course, they are persistent after the fall of the corolla. During the fructification, the calyx do persist. Corolla, petals. Number 5. Petals are united, so gamepetalous. And the shape of that corolla is salver. That means the corolla is united from the base till the tip, but the tip is free, and that lobes are arranged at right angles to the corolla tube. Sometimes they are rotate or sometimes they are funnel shaped. So these are the characters of corolla. Let's go through the androecium. Members are stamens. Number 4. they are alternate to petals, and they are epipetalous, means that they are inserted on the petals, but they are not inserted at the base, not in the mid, but at the throat of the corolla tube. That means where the lobes are formed, there you can find stamens. Then filament is very short, and the shape of the anther are sagittate. Gynoecium, carpel, number 2. United ovaries, so syncarpus, ovary is inferior. Style is simple, filiform, it's looking a very thin shape. Stigma is bilobe, and a placentation of the ovule is axial. And the fruit of this family is the globose berry. So these are the general characters of the family Rubiaceae. So let's go to the floral formula. Here is the floral formula of the family Rubiaceae. That bracts are present, so BR, that is bracteate. Then flowers are actinomorphic, so symbol is actinomorphic. Bisexual, the symbol of that. Then corolla, which is 4 or sometimes 5, and they are gamosepalous, so in Beckett. Calyx, first is a calyx, 4 or 5, united, gamosepalous. Corolla, 4 or 5, united, gamopetalous. Androecium, 4 or sometimes 5. The head of the corolla and androecium are jointed with a curve, because androeciums are inserted on the corolla, that is epipetalous. Gynoecium, 2, syncarpus, in that's why it is in bracket, and inferior because it is showing a line above. So this is the floral formula of family Rubiaceae. So let's go through the diagrammatic presentation. On the left side below, this is the Coffea arabica. Here we can see the flowers, which looks like the flowers of Jui or Takar. These are the flowers of coffee. Then red color, green color are the fruits of the Coffea arabica. Coffea arabica is commonly called as coffee. It is commercially grown throughout the world. Then this is a very beautiful flower of Oxera coccinea. This is a very common plant grown in the garden for its beautiful flower. This is the 2 examples, pictures of the flowers. Here is the diagrammatic presentation of the twig of the plant of Oxera. Here you can see the diacacial type of cyme, that is called as Carimboth cyme. Here you can see that it is divided into 2, then 2 further 2, like that way the flowers are arranged. Here leaves are arranged opposite each other. Then interpetiolar stipules are also present. So this is the twig of Oxera showing leaves, stipules, and arrangement of flower. Here the LS of flower shows that the ovary is inferior, lying below all other members. The corolla, which is growing, forming a tube-like structure, and the tip, which are nothing but the lobe, they are right angled to the tube. The stamens, they are sagittate, looks like arrow. Anther lobes are 2 cell, filament is very short. Then gynoecium, ovary is globular, style is very thin, and that's why it is called as a filiform. Whereas the stigma, which is nothing but a bilobe. TS of ovary, it is shown here. It shows the presence of 2 carpels with ovule on the axial placentation. So this is the diagrammatic presentation of family Rubiaceae. So let's go through the plants of economic importance. Many plants of this family are of great importance: medicinal, commercial, then some are timber yielding, some are dye yielding. So lots of economic importance are there of this family plants. So let's go to the first plant, that is Coffea arabica. It is commonly known as coffee and mostly grown for the beverages purpose. And of course, the coffee is also widely used as a flavoring. It is also used in ice cream, pastries, candies, liquors. Coffee liquors are produced, that is alcohol containing beverage. Then it is a rich source of caffeine. It's a kind of a tannin. Then the dried ripe seeds are used as a stimulant for nervine. It is a diuretic acting on central nervous system, kidneys, then heart and muscles. So it has a wide use as medicine throughout the world. Coffea arabica. Next plant is Cinchona officinalis. This plant yields a quinine which is used to cure malaria. This quinine is yielded from the bark of this plant. Then cinchona is also used to increase the appetite. Then it promotes the release of digestive juice, and of course it is used for treating bloating, fullness and other stomach problems. So there are mostly uh, related to digestive tract. It is also used for blood vessel disorders including hemorrhoids, varicose veins and leg cramps. So this plant has a wide medicinal use, Cinchona officinalis. Let's go through the next plant, that is Anthocephalus kadamba. It is also commonly called as a kadamba, or we call it in Marathi as neem. The plant wood is used as a timber. Then it has a traditional medicinal properties. It is used for various ailments such as fever, uterine complaints, then skin diseases, inflammation, anemia, dysentery, leprosy. So on varied types of diseases or abnormalities, this plant extract or plant parts are used. Anthocephalus kadamba. Next plant is Rubia tinctonia. It is commonly known as a madder tree, which yields the dye alizarin. This dye is used for in dye industries. Then of course the extracts from the Rubia tinctonia are used for treatment of kidney and bladder stone. So this is also has a medicinal properties. Of course, main use of this plant is for yielding the dye alizarin. The next plant is Ixora coccinea, which has been shown red color, bright, grown in our garden for its beautiful flowers. So it is a ornamental plant. Then various species of Ixora are used as a traditional medicine. The best example is it is used as an astringent and to treat the dysentery and tuberculosis. So this plant also has a varied medicinal uses. So this is all about the plants of economic importance of Rubiaceae family. So this is about the systematic positions and the characters, form of formula, then plants of economic importance of family Rubiaceae. So I request all students to please go through the video, study it well properly, and if you have any queries and questions, please SMS me or WhatsApp me. Thanks for listening to video. Thank you.